Hello, my fellow Americans. It is 4 o'clock, so here I am joining you today so that we can talk about trade. So I like to start with an icebreaker. So today is a pandemic-friendly icebreaker. For all my Amazon buying friends, I decided that I was going to end the age-long question of, and I made an order. Ready? So I placed an order for 1 chicken and 1 egg. I'll let you know how it ends. Bump. So anyways, moving on. Another thing about me, really, I hope you guys got that one. Anyways, another thing about me. So I do not allow people to speak negative over me. I also do not let people speak negatively over themselves. So let that one sink in for a little bit. And then let's get to the fun part. So I've done a lot of reading and fact finding and studying about the trade wars. It's not easy. It's not fun. I've done some searching. I talked to some of my friends, both sides of the equation, let's call it. And I'm gonna just so I have some notes here. I'm gonna review them because they're numbers, they're facts, so I wanna get them right. In 2016, the trade deficit sat at $346 billion, okay? So let's just start there because that's a fact, and I like starting with facts. In 2017, China was buying $24 billion in U.S. farm products. That is a fact, okay? In 2019, China agreed to, this when the partial trade deal started, they agreed to $16 billion worth of trade over the next 2 years, hoping for 5 more. There was talk about 50 billion, but so the trade deals themselves, I don't know if you saw it on my site, but I posted them. They're like 90 pages long. So I walked through them. In the news, I read about 50 billion more in that partial deal, but in the deal itself, honestly, I didn't actually read about it itself. So all I can say is that it was talked about. So between July 18th and August 19th, there was $550 billion in Chinese products that were imposed tariffs. So I just wanted to go through and wrap my head around exactly what's happened and just say, okay, here's where we sat financially because I need to know where we were. So in 2016, this is where our trade deficit was. I jump forward to 2018. I see, all right, our trade deficit is $419.2 billion, so it jumped up. And then I go, okay, but wait, where did it go from there? Because sometimes things get worse before they get better. I want a whole picture of what's going on, right? 2019, it was $345 billion. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, now we're back below the 2016. And I'm looking through, wanted again to gather all the information from both sides of the parties, from all information sides, and I say, okay, but now we have a deficit with Europe, with Mexico, with Japan, with South Korea, with Taiwan, with other countries that we didn't have before. Okay, great. So now I'm saying, all right, I'm seeing what's going on here. I'm seeing China, they retaliated. So when we put the $550 billion tariffs on China, they retaliated. The $185 billion tariffs on us, okay? The difference in price there represented the import versus exports, the size, the countries, all that kind of good stuff. So I'm like, okay. And I'm trying to get a full view of what's going on and what do I think about it. And it's good for me to be able to look back and say, what do I agree with on this? And what do I not agree with? And what's happened? And that's what I think each and every one of us should do. And I personally have picked some hot button topics, some things that I need to address. And there's lots of them. There's tons of them. And I could sit and I could go through all of them with you. But I've chosen 4 that I want to take a good amount of time and go through, because these are the things that I see that people, as I was driving around, they came to me and they said, these things, these are the important things to me. So I want to stay on these 4 things for a few days and go through them with you guys. I'm happy to talk about them with you privately or over the phone in greater detail, but these are the things that I'm going to talk about with you as my hot button topics. So I have this, and again, we'll spend some time on it. I've got healthcare, we're going to spend some time on it. Corporate taxes, we're going to spend some time on it. And when people are asking, like, what's the number one thing you're running on, Brooke? What is your big thing? My biggest thing is, as Americans, we need a heart change. Because if we could solve that one thing, just only if, that would solve everything, right? Everything would be fixed. So these are my things. So I'll stop for today. I've given you a lot to chew on. We'll go through some more tomorrow, but we'll leave off with that. And we'll pick up tomorrow, give you more facts, continue on, see what some results are, hear some ideas. I'll have you guys send me messages, text me, however you want to do it. Apparently nobody wants to talk to me online, and that's okay. That's fine. The messages are working. I'm hearing you. I am here. I do want to be here. I want to know what your ideas are, because this is, again, one of those things where this has direct effects and there's results, and I'm going there and I'm going to get there. Maybe some of you know where I'm going with what the direct effects of this are, and maybe none of you know where I'm going, but you're going to find out. So till tomorrow, I will see you all. Have a blessed day. Over now.